It's time for some dinner. I've been up for quite some time, but it's time for that third meal of the day, or I guess this would be my second? First? I really haven't eaten much today. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bagel. I'm going to butter that bagel up, make an egg, put that egg on top of the bagel, and melt some cheese over that. And the end result should be something quite delicious. So, let's cook. Well, the egg is done, but the bagels are not. That's going to take a minute longer, so while I'm waiting, I might as well shape this to be as good as it can be to fit on that bagel, and by that I mean there's just a bunch of cheese and goop that never made it onto this. So, if I just kind of push it all together, sooner or later it will hopefully be the right shape for the bagel. Just kidding. But, the last thing to do is to add some ketchup, but that doesn't go on, and that goes onto the bagel. And then, one of these, because why the heck not? Delicious. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Some of the butter is dripping through the bagel. Too bad. I guess this won't be super crispy, but it'll be good enough. How toasted is that? Really could use a little bit longer, but since it's dripping and smoking a little bit, I don't want it to be too messy. I cannot remove this with one hand. Be right back. Take the delicious, put it, oh, this is difficult. Put it onto the other delicious, throw that into the sink, and merge it into one giant tasty sandwich. And then cover up the butter. This is the butter that I leave out, so it gets nice and soft. And yes, you can leave butter out perfectly fine. You just want to cover it up so it doesn't get, like, dusty. So that gets left out of the fridge, whereas the other sticks are all in there. But the sandwich is ready. It's time to take the first bite of this bagel. Oh, this is really difficult to do with one hand. So many things are so hard to do with one hand, but exactly what I wanted. So tasty. Well, it's pretty late. It's currently midnight. Mary's heading off to sleep because she has work in the morning. So what I'm going to do is get a couple of things ready for tomorrow morning for when Mary wakes up, because she usually gets up before me. She has to get up around 6. So what I try to do, what I want to do regularly, but I don't always get around to doing it, is since I stay up a little bit later than her, I'll get like everything ready for breakfast tomorrow. Put the bagels in here, so all she has to do is turn that. And then this fancy coffee machine that we have, actually, if we come into here, this is our old coffee machine. We decided that we wanted a fancy coffee machine because this thing right here has a timer where I can set this thing to automatically brew at 6 a.m. So I'm going to do just that. Fill it up and get it ready to go. But other than that, today has been a day of Overwatch and of job applications. I just sent out, like, I don't know, about 10 or so through a couple of other sites, and hopefully they won't be scammed. So far I've been using, not internships.com, because I've only gotten scams with internship.com, but I've been using Indeed, and I just sent a bunch of them out, and I actually heard back from one of them today. So I think I am scheduled for an interview tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow. It's either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. But that's exciting. That's always exciting. But other than that, yeah, today was just a lot of Overwatch. I didn't stream it today just because I wanted to get a better idea of how the game works. So, well, how to play with different characters. So today was a day of experimentation, and I've come to the conclusion that I am quite good with... Reinhardt is probably going to be one of my main characters. However, I don't really know if I'm playing him correctly. I don't really attack with Reinhardt. I'm just like a shield. I'll just walk in front and hold out my giant shield and hope that everyone stays behind me. Because if they don't, they die. But other than that, I'm really, really bad at attacking with Reinhardt, so I don't really attack too much. Occasionally, I get really lucky and I'll do the charge attack into someone, except instead of hitting them against the wall, I'll run off the edge and we'll die together. Which, wow, that feels nice when that happens. But yeah, Reinhard, I'm quite, I shouldn't say good, but he's one of my better characters. Farah, Farah, I like playing as Farah, but I don't like the design of her character. Really weird, but yeah, I really like having the long-range explosive attacks. So that was a lot of fun. Tracer is the only character where I can do something slightly advanced, and by that I mean when I get the super duper Q attack, I run really fast into the base, plant the really big bomb, and then press E to reverse out. And it feels so fancy when I do that because that's like more than 2 things that need to be done in a row in order for it to be executed successfully. So there's that. Then May is building walls, making America great again, making Overwatch great again. And other than that, yeah, those are like all the characters that I've played as so far. But on a completely different note, I just realized this is more stuff that our roommate left behind, and I completely forgot to consider looking in here for stuff, but these are some spices. Himalayan pink salt is basically expensive salt. Some sterling salt, some cinnamon, some vinegar, parsley flakes, oregano, basil. Good number of spices. That's good. Oh, and more garlic powder. We go through this stuff like crazy, so it's a good thing that we have like 4 containers of it now. But yeah. I guess though, since there's really not much else going on today, I think I'm going to end off the vlog. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll hear back from a couple of those jobs that I sent a thing to. And hopefully tomorrow's interview goes well, but I don't know what I'm going to do for the last few hours. I've been fiddling around trying to do stuff with GitHub because it's kind of funny. I've never actually set up my own repo on GitHub. I only recently started using it because I've had a couple of group projects, but since I've never set one up, I tried setting one up today, and man, it is just a difficult and convoluted process. It's so hard, especially because like I kept having this one issue where I needed to create a directory, or I wanted to add a directory, but I already had the directory created, so the default tab is to create a new directory as opposed to merging with an existing one, which, I mean, that's totally my fault. That I'm okay with. But then the other one was, it would make a directory inside of the directory that I was currently in, named whatever I was naming the project. So if I named the repository as something that wasn't the folder name, it would create a folder inside of that and synchronize that, which would mean that I'd have a bunch of nested folders, which I really didn't want. So I finally got past that, and now that I have that, I can start pushing all of my code to GitHub. Yep, gotta do that. But I'm gonna probably do that to push the rest of like my good code up onto GitHub, and then yeah, that's gonna be all. Here's the coffee, that goes in there, then that gets closed, and at 6 a.m. coffee will automatically brew. But 6 a.m. is tomorrow. And that is the time where I do the vlog tomorrow. That makes sense, right? Okay, I feel like I'm rambling. I'm going to end things off here. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all again tomorrow. So until then, good night.